Good day, here are the headlines from the Philippine News Agency. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. anticipates the signing of 3 agreements between the Philippines and Australia during his visit to Canberra. In his departure speech this morning, the President vowed to further enhance the country's bilateral ties with Australia. During the visit, the President will also address the Australian Parliament and discuss the strategic partnership between the two nations. The President will be in Australia as a guest of government upon the invitation of Governor-General David Hurley. Acknowledging the wide and diverse range of cooperation between the two countries, Marcos says he hopes to bring home a more robust, warmer, and closer Philippine-Australian relations. Aside from his address before the Parliament, Marcos is engaging in meetings with Hurley, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, and other leaders. Among the topics to be tackled are defense and security, trade, investments, people-to-people exchanges, multilateral cooperation, and regional issues. President Marcos is visiting Canberra until Thursday, February 29.
I am honored to bring with me in this visit the best of our motherland and our inherent desire for peace and prosperity. I intend to serve as a bridge that will further connect the two democratic maritime nations and promote our visions of amity, development, and cooperation.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. urged Pag-IBIG Fund to make its home mortgage financing more accessible to its members to help them avail of their own housing. Speaking at the Pag-IBIG Fund Chairman's Report for year 2023 at the Philippine International Convention Center on Tuesday, the President acknowledged the agency's recent accomplishments. However, he also noted the huge housing backlog that is yet to be resolved. He stressed the government's goal to build the most number of housing units by any administration. The Pambansang Pabahay para sa Pilipino Housing Program or 4PH of the Marcos administration seeks to build 1 million low-cost housing units every year until the end of the President's term. It aims to address the 6.5 million backlog on housing for the poor nationwide. During the Chairman's report, Pag-IBIG Fund also reported that its regular savings dividend rate reached 6.55% in 2023. The modified Pag-IBIG 2 savings or MP2 also increased to 7.05%. Meanwhile, total membership savings also reached 89.26 billion pesos, which is 12% higher than in 2022. Pag-IBIG Fund Chief Executive Officer Madeline Acosta says the shelter agency remains stable as it surpassed its accomplishments for 2022. Staying with the President, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. says PhilHealth's 5% premium rate increase is still under study and that he will soon decide on its implementation. In an interview before leaving for Canberra, Australia, the President says he's currently assessing the possible benefits of the premium hike. He says he might back the rise if it can be justified through a cost-benefit analysis. PhilHealth Chief Executive Officer Emmanuel Ledesma Jr. earlier said the Office of the President did not object to the 5% premium rate increase introduced in January. PhilHealth also vowed to improve their services and benefits to patients. According to the Universal Healthcare Law or Republic Act 11223, PhilHealth will gradually increase its contribution rate by 0.5% per year starting 2021 until it reaches 5% by 2024 to 2025. Shifting gears now, the Commission on Higher Education emphasized the importance of enhancing internationalization efforts for higher education institutions. At the 9th Annual EURIE Higher Education Summit in Istanbul, Türkiye, CHED Chairperson J. Prospero de Vela III says universities in the Philippines are aggressively internationalizing since 2016 to create graduates who can excel both locally and globally. The Times Higher Education report states that the number of HEIs participating in Impact Ranking increased to 60, much higher than the single-ranked HEI in 2019. De Vela stressed that the Philippines is giving importance to science and technology, agriculture, medicine, and allied health sciences, while also improving university-industry partnerships to match skills. He also highlighted the country's focus on enhancing collaboration with Türkiye and urged attendees to work together for partnership opportunities. The National Economic and Development Authority, under the leadership of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., has approved 23 new infrastructure flagship projects, including the 45-kilometer Davao City Bypass Construction Project. Following the 14th NEDA Board meeting in Malacanang, the President says the infrastructure projects are part of the 9.14 trillion peso budget for the Build Better More program, bringing the total number of projects to 185. The Davao City Bypass Construction Project is expected to improve traffic within Davao City and foster economic development in the region. Once completed, this 4-lane, 45.5-kilometer bypass is expected to slash travel time between Barangay Sirawan in Toril District and Barangay JP Laurel in Panabo City from 1 hour and 44 minutes to just 49 minutes. Once completed, over 15,000 travelers are expected to benefit from the project. The new 23 infrastructure projects met the criteria for national development objectives. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA Headlines. For more news updates, please visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The PNA Headlines is also streamed via the Serbisyo Facebook page. You may also watch the PNA Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account, via the News and Information Bureau website, nib.gov.ph under PNA News, or on the Facebook page of the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO. I am Benj Bondok, and this is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.